This is Bharat FM.
बजेगा भारत झूमेगा भारत.
ये है भारत FM.
बजेगा भारत झूमेगा भारत. Hello, Bharat FM listeners. Welcome back to another episode of My Colorful Kitchen with me, Aparna Thukral Khan. I have a very, very special guest today. A boy from Chennai who found his way to Ireland has honored us with his presence today. Him and me together are going to try and set this episode on fire. I mean, literally. If you're looking for some great and exciting recipes, you can follow us at Bharat FM on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You can follow My Colorful Kitchen on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and mycolorfulkitchen.com. You could also follow Chef Meeran at Chef Meeran on Instagram. Thank you so much. Let's go. Hello, Chef Meeran. Thank you so much for coming on My Colorful Kitchen.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So, Meeran, you and I have, of course, spoken before, and you told me that your journey started from Chennai, and a little bit of research on you on the internet told me that you learned cooking from your mom.
Yes. It goes back when I was 9 years old, I think, 10 years old, and there was nobody in my home, and
Okay.
I had to cook something for myself. Then I tried to make an omelette or open an egg. That's when I saw the raw egg becoming into something. Then then from that stage, then I started making fried rice and that kind of stuff. And then once I finished my higher secondary, I had three options to choose from. I had my dad wanted me to become a aeronauticals, and my mom wanted me to become a computer engineer, like BE. And I was so adamant that I want to become a chef. And my dad gave me three applications in front of me, and he said, "Look, I've done my part of getting you the applications from the colleges. I think it would help you, but it's your turn now to choose what you want to choose." Then I took the hotel school application, and my mom started crying. She was like, "Don't you know how much I go through in the kitchen? Don't you want to see? It's not good. I don't want to see you." Blah blah blah. But it's what it is. That's how it started.
Interesting story. So, how, when they see you now, how do they feel about it?
No, my mom still feels the same way.
Oh, so what was the first dish your mom taught you?
My mom has never taught me anything like, "Come, I'll teach you something." No, but I've always seen the way my mom cook. More than her recipes, I follow her style a lot.
True.
Anybody, like, you can come in with your family into my house without any prior information, but she could make a dish for 5 people straight away in 10-15 minutes, and it would be as good as if she spent the same 60 minutes preparing that. So that helped me a lot when I was to act instantly and to make instant decisions based on that, and that actually helped me a lot with what I'm doing right now in Ireland.
True. So that is one thing even I always try and maintain. I think that's a very, very Indian thing, that my doors are always open, and if somebody walks in, there will always be something to eat.
The truth.
So which culinary school did you go to ultimately?
I went in Chennai. I went into the IHM, Indian Institute of Hotel Management.
Okay.
Studied a diploma there.
Okay.
Then my dad said. Then my dad saw how serious I was. Then he said, "Okay, now there's no backtracking, but I want you to go further in this career." And then he sent me to London to study bachelor's.
Okay.
I did bachelor's in culinary arts in London for 3 years in University of West London, and that's when everything changed completely for me. And even when I was, I have no shame in saying this, even when I was 2006 when I went into the college in India, and my cousins and my friends are like, "Oh, he's gonna cook! He's gonna cook! He's gonna cook!" And that time it was still predominantly in women-based. It's still near past, but it was still the same. And when I went to London, then I started realizing how much chefing meant and how much it requires passion, it requires, and the hard work it requires to succeed. And I had I had very difficult time in London because it was completely different. It's like, even I didn't even know parsley, and we didn't even have parsley that time in India. But now you get everything. But in that time there was no parsley at all. Even if my chef asked me to go get parsley, I would get coriander.
So that's what happened to us when we moved to the US. I had never heard of parsley. And when I would go to the store, I really couldn't make out there was a difference between both of them. And I would come back home with parsley and be like, these herbs.
Yeah, no, it took me it took me a while for me to adjust to the flavor palette of the whole European and Western ingredients. And yeah, and now, like, that is something I would tell the young chefs who wanted to know what's the secret, what's the secret. But we come from a vast heritage of spices, and we
Yes,
always have an upper hand compared to the chefs across the other side of the world, because we grew up eating spices, and we play with spices. We know how
true.
much coriander to put, how much coriander cumin to use, and where to use and what to use. But to combine that to here, it's once you master this, and you already know what that is because you grew up with it. When you combine that, you have your 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 professionally, you become much more stronger.
Yeah, that's very true, Meeran. I totally agree with you. In fact, I was having this conversation with my husband yesterday, and he said, when people who are passionate about food, we cook, we have such a wide idea and options to choose from. We know in our mind what's going to work with what.
Mm,
Which
exactly.
spice is going to go with the European cuisine, or what can we blend and fusion out? That's what we were talking about yesterday. I agree. So now tell me, you're in Ireland.
Hmm.
How do you bring Indian and Irish cuisine together?
That everywhere I go, I always ask my colleagues or whoever is with the people from there, that what is the traditional food, what is the traditional food.
Right.
This is my third year, and I've asked every single person what is the traditional Irish food. They've always said bacon and cabbage. But bacon and cabbage, out of 100 people, 95% had the wrong notion to it. Like,
Right.
like idli in Chennai, when you're sick, your mom gives you idli when you're young, and then you don't want to eat idli at all. But then when you eat for breakfast, you get idli, and then when you're sick, you get idli. Idli is like, when you're younger age, it looks like, oh, it's like a boring food.
True.
Yeah, but now we pray for it. But it's different. So I wanted to replicate Irish bacon cabbage to something different and bring in our own flavors to it. So when we opened the new restaurant, Rare in Blue Haven, and it's Rare is completely different.
Okay.
Rare restaurant Rare is part of Blue Haven, but it's completely different. What we do in Rare is it's everything is rare.
Interesting.
The moment you walk in and you get cocktails with different flavors, and you step up to the restaurant, and then you sit, everything is completely different. It's a normal stuff but done in a different way, and flavors integrated into it, which you don't get. It's like a normal chocolate cake, but to eat the chocolate cake you have to come to Rare. You can't get the chocolate cake anywhere else, but it's still a chocolate. It's done in a different way. So I wanted to bring bacon and cabbage, and the restaurant Rare was born with the whole bacon and cabbage idea. When I pitched the concept of the restaurant, and I to my boss, to the owner, and I said, "What kind of food do you want to do?" I said, "I'll give you an example of what I'm looking at, taking traditional classics into incorporating it with my the flavors I grew up with." And traditional bacon cabbage is boiled, like
Okay.
bacon boiled, cabbage boiled, like to death.
And
With the
that doesn't go down our throat, does it?
no. And I wanted to take it, and I still call it's in the restaurant, it's in the menu, and that's one dish which is going to be in the menu for as long as it's there. And we wanted to make sure that I do justice. So there was a lot of research gone into it. In a plain note, it's bacon, which was smoked. It's organic. It's wild organic bacon chops, and it's cured. Then we sous vide it. Then we braise it and we roast it.
Okay.
Instead of the normal cabbage, we give like a cabbage poril.
I saw that on your Instagram story, and I was pretty impressed with how you're going to bring bacon to a typical poril.
Yeah. No, like then we it's like a typical poril, cabbage poril, and then we toss it with some ham hock in it.
Okay.
Give a meaty texture to it. So it's still a cabbage poril with ham hock, and then bacon. It's still soft. It's still moist, but it's not like cooked to death. And sauces, and we make a Bombay mix,
Mm-hmm.
like Bombay mixture, but with pork, dehydrated pork popcorns. Then we
Wow.
then we make our own Bombay mix. Then we puff it, and then we mix it, and then we garnish it with that. So it's a lot of effort for one day. This is rare. Everything in rare.
Right. Everything sounds rare
uh,
and different. Must be a lot of brainstorming that went into it.
It is. It is.
Nice. So I'm going to ask you a question. Does this poril, the cabbage and pork, have coconut in it?
No.
No. Okay.
No. They like.
Because, sorry, go
Uh,
ahead.
sorry, I wanted to put coconut in, but coconut wasn't fitting well with the whole picture, so I had to take coconut off.
So I grew up a large part of my young life in Trichy.
Okay.
And I am very, very, very partial to Tamilian food. In fact, I make more Tamilian food than Punjabi food at home.
Very nice. Yeah, Tamilian food is nice.
It's amazing, absolutely. And you were talking about idlis. Idlis have always been my favorite.
Yeah, no, like even now, I'm not as picky as I was when I was young. When I was young, I used to eat only like 6 to 7 dishes: chicken fried, uh, the sambar or dal, rice, potato fry, and fish fried, and egg. That's it.
That's it.
That was my diet till I was 14, 15 years old.
So when I went to Trichy, and kids like you would tell me, "Oh, we don't like idli," and I was like, "You are in the land of idli and dosa. How can you not like idli?" Yeah, it was one of my favorites. Still is probably. So I have a little game that we will play just to not make this boring for you.
You're making me
Let's
nervous.
see how much you know about Irish food. And I know all the answers because obviously I'm asking you the questions. And
Ah,
even if I don't have knowledge about it, it's okay, but we'll see how much you know.
okay.
So, which Irish brand invented the flavored crisp production process? King, Tato, Perry, or Sam Spuds?
Potatoes,
Yes. Box tea is an Irish bread made from what?
potatoes. Sorry.
You're fine. Yes, it is potatoes. Um, what meat would you traditionally have on St. Patrick's Day if you were in the US? Would you do ham, bacon, chicken, or corned beef?
Corned beef,
Yes. Even I was surprised when I saw that. Yeah. What part of the pig is a crubeen? Ear, snout, tail, or trotter?
crubine.
Yeah.
Crubine. Ear, tail, ear.
Snout or trotter?
It's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be ears or trotters.
Trotters. Okay. What makes champ different from regular mash? Cabbage, scallions, turnip, or cauliflower?
Scallions.
Yes. How many Michelin-starred restaurants are there on the island of Ireland?
I don't know. I think
4, 9, 13, or 8?
8 or 9. 8 or 9.
13.
13. Okay.
Yes. One of these restaurants has only 2 stars. Which one is it? Chapter 1. I'm hoping I pronounce this right. Le Écrivain.
Le Creuven, yeah.
L'Écrivain, okay. Heron and Grey and Restaurant Patrick Gilbert.
Le Creuven.
No, it's Restaurant Patrick Gilbert.
I don't follow Michelin at all.
Which of this does not go into a caudle? Black
Not
pudding. Which of these does not go into a caudle?
okay.
Black pudding, bacon, sausage, onions.
I haven't heard caudal at all.
I haven't either, so it's black pudding. You're in Cork and you're offered a poppy. What can you expect to eat? A flower, a burger, a potato, or a sandwich?
If I'm in Cork and I've been offered,
Offered a poppy.
okay,
What can you expect to eat? A flower, a burger, a potato, a sandwich?
potato.
Yes. That was fun. So tell us a little about the dish you're going to teach us today, Meeran.
It's a simple pasta with chicken, white wine, and fresh tomato. It's very simple to make. Normally, Italian food takes a lot of time to make this, but this one you can make it in 10-15 minutes,
Okay.
and good as it is. And it's the predominant flavors are white wine, garlic, and basil. So and some freshness of the tomatoes.
Okay.
And you can use chicken or prawns either because it's delicate, but flavor well, and it's easy to cook.
Excellent. So for our viewers, we have a little surprise for you at the end of this, Meeran and me. We are going to try and set this dish on fire, literally. Great. Thank you so much, Meeran. I am going to see you in a few minutes on the other side of the kitchen.
Okay, perfect.
Hello, Chef Meeran. I am ready with a hot pan and I have all the ingredients that were needed to make this pasta. You can start giving me directions.
Okay, oil. Add olive oil.
Okay. Tell me when to stop.
Yep. Stop.
Okay.
Once the oil is warmed up,
Mm-hmm.
put a little bit of chili flakes. Not chili flakes. Garlic.
Okay.
Thyme.
All right. What goes in next? What do I put in next?
Thyme.
Thyme?
Yep.
Okay. I'm hoping you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, I can calculate.
Okay.
Just a teaspoon of thyme.
A teaspoon.
Yeah.
Being an Indian, almost home cook, I'm going to eyeball it.
Okay.
We moms, we don't like working with the actual regular measurements, right?
And now chili flakes.
Chili flakes.
If you like it spicy, you can add a little bit more, but half a teaspoon would be.
All right. Good enough?
Yeah, enough. And tomatoes straight away.
Tomatoes straight away?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me when to stop.
No, you can put it all.
So for our viewers, these are cherry tomatoes that I've gotten from our regular Kroger, Walmart, or Publix.
Let the skin peel a little bit.
Okay. I must say it is already smelling very heavenly over here.
Garlic olive oil is classic.
Yes, it smells so good. You need me to add any salt or pepper?
And not at this point.
Not at this point. Okay. So, was pasta something you were used to eating when you were back home in Chennai?
Which one?
Pasta?
Yeah,
Did you ever eat it back home in Chennai?
my mom make macaroni, but that's about it.
Okay. Okay, my tomatoes are bursting away.
What?
Should I add the noodle, the pasta, or the chicken now?
No, the white wine.
White wine. Okay.
Just
And how much am I adding?
half of it now.
Half of this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, this smells and looks delicious.
You can add the chicken now.
Add the chicken now.
Let the chicken poach in the heat. But the key is to shred the chicken very finely so it cooks faster.
Okay. I took chicken tenders and I did slice them down
Yeah.
even more. So I'm hoping it shouldn't take too long.
Now the white wine, the tomatoes, and the juice from the chicken will cook itself, and it will give us a little bit of sauce for the pasta.
This is not a style that I have cooked with, and I am truly impressed. It smells great in here. So I've heard a lot of my Indian friends say that pasta, especially with white sauce, is something that they have not liked. But I'm hoping that the chili flakes and the garlic will give them a reason to try this dish out.
No, but the problem is in India, if you go to restaurant, they mostly serve white, pasta with the bechamel sauce or cream sauce pastas,
Right,
and um, the flour we use in India is mostly maida,
right,
and it's very stodgy. It's very heavy on your tummy,
right.
and then you add pasta to it. Then you add cream and butter and cheese to it. It becomes it becomes too much. It's then you feel very heavy after eating it. It doesn't feel light. But the classic sauce should be very light, which should be very buttery
Ah, okay.
and milk based. It should be velvety, so it coats the all you have to do is coat the pasta.
So the camera view that I am getting of this dish, I really, really hope our viewers try it. It looks phenomenal. Yes, the chicken is almost cooked. What should I do next?
You pour the wine, the rest of the wine.
Oh, okay. So Bharat FM listeners, if you like drinking wine, you can cook and drink together now. You don't need a reason.
And now you add salt and a little bit of pepper.
Okay.
Let it poach in that sauce, white wine sauce. Now it absorb. Now the chicken will have a lot of intense white wine flavor.
Okay.
And once you think the chicken is completely cooked,
So
it
how much sauce do you want me to retain in this? Should it dry up or we can make it as saucy as we want?
add, because you can make it as salty as you want. Every time, anytime you add a pasta to a sauce, uh, after 2 minutes, the pasta absorbs all the sauce. The more saucy, it's better.
Okay, so is this a good time to add the pasta?
it's a good time to add the pasta, but you need to check the seasoning before you.
Salt.
Yeah.
Definitely salt.
Need a touch of salt than you would need for that sauce. So for the pasta to work with it,
Can I add some more chili flakes?
you can if you want. Yeah. Whew.
Ooh. You're from Chennai. You should like the chili flakes.
I don't. I can't eat spicy. I think I've lived in Chennai for a long time now.
But this isn't that spicy. It's more of the look that the quantity is huge. It's not that spicy. And then with the cheese, I'm hoping it'll go down.
No, it'll be fine. You can add the basil leaves now. Half the basil leaves now.
How would it? And just break it like.
Yeah, just tear it apart and then throw it in.
So I've seen fancy chefs do that. Just break it and use it. People like me used to chop it up. So this is nice.
And now you add the pasta in.
Okay. Enough?
I think it should be enough.
That's what I'm thinking too. I don't want it to dry up totally.
The key for a good pasta is this stage. This stage, when you add the pasta in, decides if it's going to be a good pasta or not.
So what does this look like?
This with Parmesan cheese.
I have some Parmesan cheese. I will add it right away. I slowed the flame down so it doesn't dry up on that sauce. How much Parmesan cheese am I looking at?
It's like chili flakes as much as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, I wasn't going to stop on that. I love that nutty flavor of Parmesan. So do we wait for that cheese to melt completely or?
Toss it and it should be ready.
So should I serve it now?
It looks good to serve.
Okay, so Chef Meeran, if I have to serve this dish to my guests, how am I going to make it fancy?
The one thing you don't do is make a pasta fancy.
How do I set it on fire?
Now you can make a flambe.
Yes. So same gas.
Same gas.
Okay.
A warm pan.
Okay. I am so excited for this part. So dear viewers, I really hope you can use this technique at home in a safe way. Make sure you're safe more than anything else. I have had some experience with flambe directly on a flame, but doing it with a blowtorch is the first time for me. So make sure you guys do it safely.
Vodka is a good choice for pastas and for chicken or prawn pasta. Vodka goes really well.
Okay. So is this much enough for flambe?
It should be, yeah.
Okay. How hot do I want my pan to be?
You can pour the vodka now.
Okay.
And blowtorch it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. And pour?
Pour it, yeah.
Oh, wow. That was fancy. Thank you so much, Chef. I am going to give our viewers a look of this pasta. So I have a question for you, Chef. Now, if I am taking this on my dinner table, how do I give that flaming look? Do I do it just when I'm about to serve it?
When you're about to serve it on the dining table.
On the dining table. Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
Flambe is always done on the table side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that on the table side just as you're serving it for that effect.
Yep.
This looks so tasty. I think this is what we are having for lunch today.
Very nice. I hope you enjoy it.
Yes, I'm sure we will. Thank you so much, Chef Meeran, for teaching us how to flambe. And I'm really hoping our viewers are going to use this technique at home. But again, guys, be safe. Uh, I really, really am so thankful to you for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me, Aparna. Thank you.
Much. I'm going to go ahead and taste some of this pasta. I've never cooked with white wine, honestly, before. So I'm really hoping for this to stand out for me. I absolutely love the tanginess of the tomato, the punch of the garlic, and the heat from the chili flakes. I really think you should go ahead and give it a try. And the best part, I think, about this recipe is just like our Indian recipes, you can tweak anything in and out of it. So go ahead and try it. I really hope you leave me some good comments down there. Follow me on mycolorfulkitchen.com or on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Also, you can follow Bharat FM on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And follow Chef Meeran on Instagram at Chef Meeran. Thank you so much, guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.
This is Bharat FM.
बजेगा भारत झूमेगा भारत.
ये है भारत FM.
बजेगा भारत झूमेगा भारत.